Hi there, in this lesson we're going to look at the area of composite shapes again, but a slightly different lesson to the last time in the sense of we're looking at shapes with other shapes removed from them. Before we're looking at shapes joined together. So let's have a look. I'm going to do two different examples here. So calculate the shaded areas. What I mean by the shaded area in this first example, you can see there's a rectangle here, and this triangle's been removed from the centre. So it would be like if it was a solid shape, it would be solid and then have a hole in the middle if you like. Now I'm going to do a similar idea to the last lesson, and I'm going to split it into two parts. I'm going to say, well, area A I'm going to have is the rectangle part, and area B I'm going to have as the triangle part. Now it's important to understand that when I'm working out the area of A, I'm just thinking about it like that, like a rectangle. Okay, so that's just on its own 30 times 12, it's length times breadth. So I'll put that back in place, but it's 30 times 12 to get the area of the rectangle. So length times breadth, 30 times 12, and if you're doing it without a calculator, 3 times 12 is 36 and add a 0. Now if you're working out the area of the triangular part, again you need to know your formulas for this. It's a half base times height. So at half base times height, the base is 9 and the height is at right angles to that, which is fine, which is 4. So it's a half 9 times 4. You can do 4 times 9 and half it, or you can do 2 times 9. You'll get the same answer of 18 centimetres squared. Now in order to work out the actual shaded part, you've got the blue rectangle, but the white bit's been removed. Now when something's been removed mathematically, then you don't add them together. You would do a takeaway sum, and you would get your answer of 342 centimetres squared. If you were to paint this, you wouldn't have to paint the middle bit here, would you? So it would be less than 360 centimetres squared. Now let's try the last example here. So I've got a trapezium, a similar idea with a rhombus removed. So the first idea, split it into two parts. It doesn't matter which you call A or B. I'm going to say A is the trapezium shape, the yellow bit, and B is the rhombus or the diamond shape in the middle. Now again, when you're working out the trapezium, you just imagine it as a full trapezium shape. And again, when you're working out the rhombus, you just work out the rhombus on its own. So a trapezium formula is a half HA plus B. Again, from the last lessons. So half the height is here, and A and B are the 20 and the 12. So we've got to half the 10 and multiply that by 20 plus 12. So there's two kind of parts to this. You do half the 10 and then you multiply that by this answer here. So that's basically going to be 5 times 32, isn't it? So 5 times 32. Again, if you're doing it without a calculator, 5 30s are 150 and 5 2s are 10. That comes to 160 centimetres squared. The diamond or rhombus shape in the centre, well, that's a half diagonal times diagonal. Again, if you're not sure of that, maybe go back and look at the rhombus video lesson. Right, the diagonal's 5 here. Another diagonal goes from the top to the bottom of the rhombus, which is the same as the height of the trapezium, which is 10. That 10 would fit exactly from there to there. So it's a half times 5 times 10. Now 50 divided by 2, or 5 times 5, but it's 25 centimetres squared. And just like the top one, because it's been removed, you're doing a takeaway sum this time. So it's 160 take away 25, which is 135 centimetres squared.